it ties in with reason and logic, you see, that this guy would have been arrested off the back of him stepping on these big toes. Is more reason within the Nigerian setting for this to be the case than for anything else that they have said as reasons for having him detained and investigated. So T.Y. Danjuma we're talking about. I did a video on the Abubakar Abdusalami one as well, where Abubakar Abdusalami actually said that yes, this guy did come to carry out a raid, but the raid was not meant for his house, it was meant for another house. He came to his house by mistake. So he came to the house of the president of the country by mistake, a man known for corruption, because of course Obasanjo had to go and forcefully take a lot of the monies that this Abdusalami stole out of his hands when he became president, and found that the guy had just gone in there and just carted away everything. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, a lot of names have been mentioned in this ongoing Ibrahim Magu probe. A lot of the greats and not so good. Former president of Nigeria Abdusalami Abubakar was mentioned. Yemi Oshibanjo, the current vice president of the country, was mentioned, and Theophilus Danjuma is also one of the names that was mentioned. So with that guys, I bring you this: Ibrahim Magu, Danjuma breaks silence on frozen account. So of course they said Ibrahim Magu had moved against the account of this Danjuma when he was in the process of purchasing an aeroplane. So here is now Danjuma, I think, coming out to either refute or explain that. So again, the headline: Ibrahim Magu, Danjuma breaks silence on frozen account. So now let's now see what manner of explanation Theophilus has for us. General Theophilus Danjuma has refuted reports circulated by Olusegun Adeniyi, chairman of This Day editorial board, that they had an issue with the acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Ibrahim Magu, leading to his arrest and suspension. Former head of state General Abdul Salam Abubakar had also denied involvement in Magu's travails. Magu was said to have raided the house of General Abubakar and frozen the accounts of General T.Y. Danjuma without the knowledge of President Muhammadu Buhari. However, both retired generals said they don't have anything to do with the travails of Magu, who has been suspended as EFCC chairman and is currently under detention. Adeniyi quoted Daisy Danjuma, director and chairman of the board of directors of May and Baker Nigeria, as saying that although they recently purchased a plane to replace the old one, there was no issue with the EFCC over the check, which she said she signed. She said her husband, T.Y. Danjuma, did not complain about Magu to her. Magu is under investigation by a presidential committee over several allegations of embezzlement and misconduct. The suspended EFCC boss has allegedly been unable to account for billions of naira recovered by his agency. He has since been replaced by the agency's director of operations, Mohammed Umar. So there we have it now. T.Y. Danjuma has now come out to say that he's not involved in any way with what is going on with Magu. But then, of course, all this list of names, there has to be some sort of smoke, because there has to be some sort of fire. That is the idiom that I'm trying to get to, is there's no smoke without fire. So there has to be some sort of fire, because of course the smoke is permeating the whole of the firmament, and all of these names, it ties in with reason and logic, you see, that this guy would have been arrested off the back of him stepping on these big toes. Is more reason within the Nigerian setting for this to be the case than for anything else that they have said as reasons for having him detained and investigated. So T.Y. Danjuma were talking about. I did a video on the Abubakar Abdusalami one as well, where Abubakar Abdusalami actually said that yes, this guy did come to carry out a raid, but the raid was not meant for his house, it was meant for another house. He came to his house by mistake. So he came to the house of the president of the country by mistake, a man known for corruption, because of course Obasanjo had to go and forcefully take a lot of the monies that this Abdusalami stole out of his hands when he became president, and found that the guy had just gone in there and just carted away everything. So this is now the goings on now. All these people, T.Y. Danjuma signing checks to buy aeroplanes. So all this kind of goings on. You see now where all of the monies of Nigeria is now as you go through this sort of narrative. So T.Y. Danjuma is one element. He will tell you that he's a businessman, but we know him as a military man. Abubakar Abdusalami will tell you that he's a businessman, but we know him as a military man. And the only thing we know about these people is that they once held the keys to the coffers of the Nigerian wealth at some point in time, and now subsequently 10, 20, 50, 15 years later, T.Y. Danjuma, even longer, 30, 40 years ago, they're still signing all these big checks off the back of the largesse that they got of the Nigerian state. So this is really where the concern is. And these are just one of several, because for all the T.Y. Danjumas, there are several T.Y. Danjumas out there that falls within his category. Abdul Salami, you can replace that with Babangida or Abacha or Abasanjo, etc. All these military boys that just came in and looted and looted and looted. The amount of monies that is out there, Nigerian money that's been stolen, is enough to build that country 5 times over. And what we're seeing being evidenced in this Magu narrative now is as a tip of the iceberg of that long-held belief that we've always had. All of us have always had this belief that the most of the wealth of the Nigerian state is concentrated in the hands of these people, signing checks to buy a aeroplane as though you are buying pizza or something. Conversations in the comment section, it's all coming out now, although in a drip fashion. Come share thoughts. Houses of former heads of state being raided. A former top military chap telling us that his check was not blocked by this EFCC guy. So you can see that this guy was ready to go after everybody, because if he raided Abdusalami Abubakar, then there's no reason why he shouldn't investigate Ibrahim Babangida and Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan and the rest of them. So this is what this guy was doing, and this by my own reckoning is what has led to his downfall. Come share thoughts, but before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns grey. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Click on like as well, because that helps with the YouTube algorithm. Once you've done all three, click, then come into the comment section. Come tell me what you're making of this idea. So I'll leave you here. Carry this conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.